you, Madam Deputy Speaker. And I'd first like to thank the Secretary of State for his statement. But I'd also like to pay tribute and give my admiration to the families that have fought so very hard and have been so very strong at this time in their lives, where they've had to repeat over and over what they've been through. Their fight for justice and accountability is truly fought. I want to also pay tribute to my friend from Sherwood Forest, who has not stopped this fight and has continued the story, and I want to commend her for everything that she's done. Madam Deputy Speaker, the findings of the Donna Ockenden review are harrowing, and it is indefensible that babies, mothers, fathers and families in my constituency have suffered injury, death and lasting trauma under the care of the NHS. The Ockenden review has made it clear that mothers' voices were not listened to and that families were not treated with dignity, respect or compassion. That is not only what they deserve, but it is what's expected from our NHS. The indifference that people have shown to families is undefensible. Madam Deputy Speaker, the public listening at home today will understandably be wondering, how are we here again? And asking, when will things change? So I ask the Secretary of State that let's not treat these recommendations as just another set of recommendations to put on the shelf. But let's look at them as a catalyst for change and improvement. Looking at inequalities and making sure that they are addressed. So can the Secretary of State outline what immediate steps the government will be taking on the most urgent recommendations in this review and how they will be monitored on and reviewed?
I thank my honourable friend for her comments about the family's role in fighting for justice. In terms of the recommendations of this report, and indeed the recommendations of Baroness Amos's report, which is due out shortly, and other reviews and inquiries into maternity services, she is absolutely right that these recommendations and others must not simply end up on the shelf gathering dust. And that is why the process, which I've spoken about today, of the National Task Force that I chair to produce a comprehensive action plan by the end of the year is so important. And that will give us the right forum to develop a plan across all aspects and all angles on this horrific scandal, including the inequalities for different families of different backgrounds that my honourable friend alluded to. And I agree with her wholeheartedly that this moment and this process that we are now going into must be a catalyst for change.